A legacy born of freedom sustained by resilience. The story of the Perry family of Central Texas is more than local history. It is a microcosm of the African American experience, a testament to the power of land, learning, and perseverance in the face of relentless obstacles. Freedom on the land. The Perrys of Rose Colony. In the years after the Civil War, land ownership became one of the most powerful tools for newly emancipated families to secure stability and independence. Around the mid-1800s, Chatam Perry, 1835 to 1896, and his wife Ann Moss Perry, 1850-1905, both born into slavery, defied the odds by purchasing 400 acres of farmland south of Austin, in the Manchaca Bear Creek area. This land was more than soil. It was a foundation for economic self-determination and a gathering place for a growing family. The Perry homestead became part of Rose Colony, one of several freedmen's farming settlements established during Reconstruction. These communities built churches, schools, and social networks that allowed African Americans to govern their own lives and shape their own futures. Builders of family and community, Chatam and Ann Perry raised 18 children, instilling in them the values of faith, education, and hard work. Some remained on the farm. Others became teachers, midwives, and professionals, extending the family's impact well beyond their own land. Ann Perry demonstrated remarkable foresight and leadership in an era when few Black women could exercise such agency. Her 1896 will carefully documented the division of land, livestock, and household goods, ensuring the family's continuity and security. The leadership of women. Women were the backbone of the Perry story and of so many Black communities. Ann Perry safeguarded the family's inheritance and laid down a model of stewardship. Her daughter, Ida Perry Rucker, 1865-1949, despite lacking formal education, became a respected teacher and midwife, recording the cycles of farm life with precision and care. Neighbors often remarked that her knowledge rivaled that of a physician. Ida's marriage to David Rucker, 1846-1924, a former Buffalo soldier, brought together two lives shaped by the fight for dignity and survival. They raised 12 children, continuing the family tradition of service to others. A sacred place of memory. Established by Chatam Perry, the Perry family cemetery, once surrounded by farmland, now lies in the midst of suburban development. Yet it endures as a hallowed place, a physical reminder of the perseverance of generations. Here rest farmers, midwives, teachers, laborers, veterans, and children lost too soon. Among them are Maggie Perry Hargis, 1885-1968, and Willie Hargis, 1883-1971. Manson Alexander married Sarah Perry, Howards, Kinchins, and Pickards, all married into the Perry family, and are buried alongside them, reflecting the deep interwoven roots of these communities. As one resident of the surrounding neighborhood has said,
"Everyone in this cul-de-sac respects it for what it is, a place of honor."
John W. Hargis. Breaking barriers in education and industry. A great-grandson of Chatam and Ann Perry, John W. Hargis, 1935-1986, carried forward the family's spirit of perseverance into the modern era. Valedictorian of segregated Anderson High School in 1953, Hargis aspired to study chemical engineering at the University of Texas at Austin, UT, which at that time barred Black undergraduates. Forced to attend Morehouse College and later Prairie View A&M, he refused to give up his dream. After the 1954 Brown v. Board of Education decision, he applied repeatedly to UT and was denied twice. Undeterred, in 1955 he became the first Black undergraduate admitted to UT Austin and, in 1959, the first Black graduate in chemical engineering. Despite facing exclusion from dormitories, student organizations, and much of campus life, he built community, mentored other Black students, and founded the Epsilon Iota chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, Inc. Xi, which continues to serve Black students at UT today. Hargis went on to earn a patent for magnetic recording tape, hold senior executive roles, including vice president at Capitol Records, lead civic organizations as president of his local NAACP chapter, and return to UT to expand opportunities for Black students, co-founding the Texas X's Black Alumni Task Force. Following his untimely death in 1986, UT named Hargis Hall in his honor and established scholarships to support underrepresented students, a lasting testament to his belief in access and equity. Survival against systemic harm. The Perry and Hargis family stories demonstrate what Black families could achieve when given the slightest foothold: land, education, and opportunity. But across the nation, similar progress was repeatedly undermined. From the late 19th through the 20th century, Black neighborhoods that had grown into centers of entrepreneurship and culture, such as Tulsa's Greenwood District, Black Wall Street, and Chicago's Bronzeville, were destroyed by racial violence, redlining, discriminatory banking practices, and urban renewal projects that tore down homes and businesses. Later, welfare and family law reforms often discouraged two-parent households, and child protective policies disproportionately removed Black children from their families, further weakening communities. Schools in these areas were chronically underfunded, focusing more on compliance than on cultivating creativity and innovation. The result was not inevitable crime or dysfunction, but a loss of opportunity, the draining of wealth, talent, and hope from communities that had shown time and again their capacity for enterprise and leadership. A path forward: building a new Black economy. Despite this history, Black Americans today represent nearly $2 trillion in annual spending power, an immense resource for rebuilding local wealth. The lesson of the Perry family is clear: self-determination, rooted in family, education, and shared economic power, is the cornerstone of freedom. A new Black economy will be built by investing in microeconomies, community-based businesses, cooperatives, and local supply chains that keep money circulating in Black neighborhoods, creating opportunities for youth, jobs and pathways in technology, manufacturing, and creative industries that replace cycles of poverty with cycles of possibility. Revitalizing education, schools and training programs that nurture entrepreneurship, innovation, and critical thinking. Strengthening families, linking economic security to community empowerment and self-governance. Black ingenuity, a resource for the nation. The history of the Perry family, from land ownership in the 19th century to leadership in engineering and civil rights in the 20th, proves that when given opportunity, Black communities create prosperity, not only for themselves, but for all of America. This is not a call for charity. It is a recognition that investing in Black families and businesses is investing in America's collective future. When the strengths of Black communities, creativity, resilience, and adaptability, are nurtured rather than stifled, the entire nation benefits. A living legacy. The Perry Cemetery remains a quiet but powerful witness to this history. A reminder that progress is rarely given. It is earned, often at great cost, and carried forward by each generation. From Chatam and Ann Perry's determination to own land and educate their children, to John W. Hargis's battle for access to education and opportunity, their story affirms a simple truth: freedom endures when families are strong, education is valued, and communities hold the power to shape their own future. Samuel Alexander, CEO, C2C Fashion and Technology LLC, and great-great-grandson of Chatam and Ann Perry.